Welcome, everyone. I'm glad to see so many smiling faces and so many accomplished smiles on the very front row. My name is Matt Ennis. I'm the training chief here at Eugene Springfield Fire. First off, in our program, I'd like to introduce our acting deputy chief, Fire Marshal Amy Linder.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Welcome to this great afternoon to celebrate a wonderful accomplishment for Class 25. So, nice job. First off, Class 25, take a deep breath, smile, and enjoy this. We'd like to acknowledge a few of our special guests that we have in the audience. We've got some Springfield Interim City Manager, Mary Bridget. Thanks for joining us. Springfield HR Director, Chaim Hertz. Hiding in the back there. We have, coming all the way over from the coast, we see Tom Turner, Florence Police Chief, in the audience today. So thanks for joining us. Any other city officials or elected officials that we didn't see make an entrance? That's always a good sign. Always a good sign. So welcome. Thank you all for taking some time this afternoon to join us. Family and friends, this is as much your accomplishment as it is for our Class 25. Without your support, they wouldn't be sitting where they are today. I'll have a few more words to say, but first I want to introduce you to our interim fire chief, Chief Heppel, who unfortunately could not be with us today, but he wanted to make sure he had some words for you as well. So he'll be making a guest appearance for us. So let's hear from the chief.
Greetings, Academy Class 25, friends, family, other relatives, community members, and elected officials. Today is a great day. You've accomplished something that very few people have ever even tried, much less accomplished. You should be proud of what you've done. Over the last 14 weeks, you've pulled hose, you've studied books, you've moved forward with tests, and demonstrated that you have the capacity to be a member of our organization. But mostly, you're out and ready and prepared to serve our community. I'm going to reach back to one of our prior fire chiefs, Bill Bass, who used to say, I have 3 operational purposes for you, or 3 operational tenets. 1, respond to call. 2, prepare to respond to calls. And 3, always improve the public trust. So when responding to calls, remember to do it safely. Remember to always take care of the community and those that we serve appropriately. When we're not responding to calls, I expect that you're preparing to respond to calls, whether that's as simple as a truck check, or you're doing continuing education, or you're out on the drill ground practicing pulling hose. And improving the public trust. We are that organization in which people call to solve the majority of their problems out there. We're an all-hazard fire department who responds and mitigates the problems that they have. So each time, take that opportunity to embrace our community and provide the service not only that they expect, but what they deserve as well. I find it ironic. I'm watching many of you graduate today, but for many of you, I saw you literally on your first day. For a handful of you, I had you in Lane Community College as one of your instructors, and some of you were even volunteers in the neighboring department. I can't express how proud I am to see all of you individually graduate and achieve your goal of being a full-fledged member of Eugene Springfield Fire. But remember, it's not over. The education is constant. An old adage that I like to teach is, opportunity is the intersection of timing and preparedness. While timing you can't control, you can certainly control the preparedness. What are you doing to prepare yourself for the next step? And those are the questions you should be asking your company officers, your chief officers, etc. How do I move forward and what's next? I'd like to take the opportunity to thank the families and relatives who are here today. Not only are you here today, but you were here as they went through the academy for the last 14 weeks. I recognize there were many sleepless nights of studying and early mornings and late evenings. Going into the future, we're going to continue to support each other. We're going to support the team members as well as the team members are going to support you. But please remember, Eugene Springfield Fire is here for you as well. If at any time, feel free to reach out to our organization and we'll assist you in any capacity that we can. I'd also like to thank the training staff. Once again, you have produced an amazing group of individuals who are going out and serve our community well. But it wasn't just the training staff, but the entire department. Everyone had a role when it came to preparing this amazing group of individuals to go out and work with you side by side. And for that, I thank you. In closing, I'd like to thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your commitment to your families, to your relatives, to Eugene Springfield Fire, but don't forget to commit to yourself as well. Both your physical as well as your behavioral health have a huge role in your success and being a resilient member of our community. Please remember to take care of yourself. I'm sorry I couldn't be here today, but I thank you for being a member of our department. I look forward to seeing you out there on the line. Be safe and embrace the day. It's yours.
So I just wanted to capture a couple of things that Chief Heppel said that are so important. Today is an important day, and this is a transition for you and your families to our larger organizational family. And as Chief Heppel said, it takes a department to graduate a recruit class. Training does an amazing job, and we're proud of the work they do every day, but it's every member of our organization that came out on shift to help on the drill ground, all the different sections you were exposed to. And the one thing about firefighter, the job title firefighter doesn't begin to describe what the community expects of you. It's a laundry list of your job description. All hazard is even hard to sum up. The way I like to describe it is when something goes bad for the community and they don't know what else to do or who else to call, they call us. So you have to know a lot about a lot of things. And it takes a lot of all of our organization to make that all come together. So even though our operations section makes up the largest section of our organization, the public doesn't know the difference. So you're going to be out and you're going to get questions about everything. How do I become a firefighter? Can I hang my fire extinguisher right here? Why did they come to my house in a fire engine when I called an ambulance? So you're going to get asked all of those things. And it's going to be great because you know the resources and all the places that you can reach out to support that and be a part of the bigger organization. And even though I have multiple roles in the organization, so I've got to see the recruits on a couple of different fronts. As the deputy chief, I oversee training, and I also oversee the fire marshal's office. And so I would be remiss if I neglected my fire marshal duties and I didn't ask the recruits, what's the best emergency we respond to? The one that never happens. That's correct. Excellent. And the other really nice thing about the one that never happens is that's one less opportunity for our firefighters to get hurt in the field. So that's an important piece as well. And so when we talk about fire prevention, this is going to be the one and only time you hear me talk about this is the fire I don't want you to put out. So as you sit here today, I want you to look inside, enjoy this moment, and think about the fire and the passion that you have for the career that you've chosen. Because over the years, it's going to take a toll. There's going to be wind and rain and ups and downs. That flame's going to grow, that flame's going to dwindle. But the onus is on you to protect that flame in any way that you can. So this is the flame I never want you to extinguish. And what I love about recruit graduation day and throughout the 14 weeks is having been in this business a long time, you guys are a breath of fresh air for those of us who have been in the business for a long time as well. So thank you for providing that gulp of oxygen that helps fan our flame as well and remind us, oh yeah, I remember that eagerness of getting into the business and still love it as much today as we did when we started. So if you feel that flame, and families, this is on you as well. If you start to see that flame starting to die down a little bit, we need to have a conversation. Just like Chief Heppel said, we're here for you as well. Reach out. We want to be a support mechanism to both our new firefighters and our families. So that's the flame I want you to protect and never let it go out. And that is the one and only time it's okay to not put it out, okay? So welcome to Eugene Springfield Fire. Training section, Ennis, Training Chief Ennis, please, let's get these recruits graduated.
Thank you, Chief Linder. Chief Linder spoke to transitions. I would be remiss if I did not speak to the transitions that we have occurred in training section at the span of these recruits' 14 weeks. It started with Captain Barnaby, which changed over to Battalion Chief Barnaby. He got promoted and he exited the training section. What week was that? 7-ish stuff? Oh yeah, and Chief Linder's pop quiz will not be factored into your final average score. So, we're going through some transitions. Training Captain Wayne Morris, this is his final third academy. He's going to be transitioning back to the line. Still has his eyes on them. With that, what it shows is there's a continuum. And through this continuum, people move to different places, others step in those shoes. And that's what's great about what we do. We have each other's backs, and we have the public's backs. I'd like to thank our training staff. Captain Morris, great job. Well done. Nurse Anderson, she is our EMS training coordinator. She is a gem. What did you say about the 14 weeks that you learned from her? About more than you learned in medic school in those 14 weeks. She does an amazing job, and we would be lost without what she does. She goes above and beyond every day. Thank you, Kira. Mr. Degelman, Greg Degelman in the back, he's our fire instructor. He is the backbone to the training section. He keeps us straight and narrow, and he makes a friend of every recruit, but they have to earn it. So don't know if this is going to be Greg's last recruit academy, but if it is, I don't know of a better way for him to exit the organization with these fine people carrying on. So thank you, Greg. Sean Waite cannot be here today. He's out at the country fair getting ready for that. But thanks to him, he's our EMS fire instructor. He has done an amazing job getting them ready with the nuts and bolts of the EMS. He is being replaced by Dan Chase, who is going to be our next EMS fire instructor. We'll have some very capable shoes to fill Sean's shoes. With that, the last person I would like to thank is, well, Manny's in the back room. You'll see his work a little bit later. He's our video tech. He does great work, and you soon shall see that. Barb Courtney standing at the door there. Barb is the heart and soul of the training section. She keeps the glue together. Everything that happens here, she has her fingers in it. So thank you, Barb, for everything you do. Okay, enough talking. Let's watch the video. Manny does great work. I haven't seen it at all. Each one's a little bit different, and the music was requested by the front row, so I cannot claim anything about that. Oh, I'm sorry. My fault. Our training captain would like to speak. I have to follow this, so Training Captain Wayne Morris, thank you.
They were trying to censor me on purpose. I have a captive audience, and I'm going to take it. Ladies and gentlemen, Engineer Degelman, welcome to the graduation, and congratulations, recruits. This is such a huge day for you. And to the family and friends, and to the Blue family in the back, we all understand how important this is. It is not lost on me what you are doing right now, because you are about to stand up and take an oath to say that you are going to put yourself in danger. It's a big deal. To describe the academy, I guess you would think of it a little bit like boot camp for the military, but then you'd have to couple that with maybe a football training season. And on top of that, maybe collegiate studying. These recruits have just gone above and beyond, and the workload that was put upon them was amazing. We controlled everything, the way they stood, the way they dressed, the words that they spoke, how they walked. 3 months. And they loved it, right? I loved it. But it is important to remember that we are trying to prepare them for their first shift. And if you can imagine what the very worst case scenario could be. And I told you that through the entire academy. We have to prepare you for what might happen on the very first day. The bravest thing that you're going to do is to put your badge on, because everything else is in the line of duty. family and friends, to give you an idea of the work that they put in. Class 25 through 1,527 SCBAs, their breathing apparatus. They forced 319 doors. They threw 611 ladders. They took 414 hydrants. And they deployed 28,600 feet of hose. That's equivalent about to 18.6 miles. And for every foot of hose they deployed off, they had to load back on. The importance of training is huge. You have all done what I've asked you to do. Family and friends, be very proud of those standing in front of you today. To Class 25, be proud of the uniform that you're wearing. Remember that you are a public servant. You're here to serve the public, not just the clean ones, or the rich ones, or the nice ones. You are an all problems mitigator. It doesn't matter what the call will be. When the bell rings, you will go. And you're going to get there and figure it out. And if it is the worst day, remember there's no 1011. There's only 911. You're it. You might be all that's coming. And if all else fails, remember General Order number 4. Shut up and get to work. Thank you.
Now we're going to do the video. Great job, Manny. That's what they did in the first 15 minutes of the academy. I'd like to introduce our EMS coordinator, Nurse Karen Anderson. Everybody's leaving on a call.
Good afternoon. It's so good to see everybody here supporting your family members here, or friends that are members of the Recruit Academy. We're, as already has been said, so proud of them. During the Recruit Academy, it has been my privilege to prepare the recruits for providing all aspects of patient care once they are out online. I would like to acknowledge our EMS educator, Sean Waite, and engineer, John McEwen, who have also spent countless hours working with Recruit Class 25 on their medical skills. Working with the recruits is an incredibly rewarding and yet challenging opportunity. It is such an honor to be able to work with each of these individuals as they begin their careers at Eugene Springfield Fire Department. One of my priorities is to provide them with skills that will serve them well throughout their careers. One of the skills we work on throughout the academy is report writing. Each week during the academy, the recruits were expected to write an electronic report on a patient scenario they were given during the week. At this time, I would like to present an award to one of the recruits. The Golden Pin Award is presented to the recruit who demonstrated the best report writing skills during the academy. Stephen Armstrong, would you come up, please? Finally, I would like to share some of the recruits' memories of each other during this academy and also provide some of my thoughts about each of them. Stephen Armstrong. Stephen, the other recruits recognized that you started the academy with no prior fire experience. However, based on your performance, you would never have guessed that. You have been described as quiet, loves to learn, exudes quiet confidence, humble, and inspiring. He's always the first one to raise his hand and volunteer or just help without being asked. Quick-witted and always had a comeback with a funny one-liner. Stephen, I would like to say to you that there are many different ways to show kindness to others, and it doesn't have to be in a big way. The simplest things may make the difference for someone who's experiencing one of the worst days of their life. I have no doubt that you will be someone who provides clinical expertise as well as kindness to the patients we serve. Well done. Scott Edinger. What's not to love about Scott? Always happy and walking around with a smile on his face. Physically works harder than anybody else. Very animated in everything he does, both fire and EMS. One word that represents Scott is passionate. Loves his newborn son and clearly admires and respects his wife. Passionate about self-improvement and about the fire surface. Great guy. The other recruits will also always remember the day you were learning how to perform and practice forcible entry. As you forced a door, you performed what looked like a belly flop to the ground as you were looking for potential victims on the other side of the door, all while yelling out, "Fire department!" Scott, we are all faced with a series of great opportunities disguised as impossible situations. I know you will make opportunities out of difficult situations and be successful. Well done. Nicole Gates. You have a cheering group back there. Nikki, you will be remembered as someone who never gives up on any challenge. Your ability to maintain a great attitude, even during the most grueling days on the drill field. Nikki has held her own and outperformed a majority of her classmates on several skills and stations. Smile, overcome, and determination are the words people will associate with you. Nikki, please consider the following words. If you're going to achieve excellence in big things, you must develop these skills in little matters. When providing patient care, remember excellence is achieved through the small things we do for our patients, like being there for their family when there's a health crisis, or making sure a beloved pet is taken care of. Good job. Jonathan. Jonathan Hebert, the guy whose name no one can pronounce. Quiet and reserved. Looks like he's floating while running with all his gear on. Although usually very quiet, always willing to help out with whatever it is that needs to be done. You're admired for knowing what you want to do with your life, such as becoming a paramedic and a firefighter at such a young age. The other recruits have also noted your interests outside of work, such as your outstanding leatherworking abilities. Jonathan, I would like to say, helping others, encouraging others are often acts of kindness that have more meaning than you may realize. As you progress through your career, remember how important it is to not only have technical proficiency, but to take time to show others kindness. Nicholas Helgren. Nick, your stories will always be cherished. However, there will always be some question as to whether these stories were actually events that you were involved in. The funniest guy in the academy. Because of this trait, he also managed to get everyone in trouble, which earned the class additional plank time at the end of the week. He was assigned a safety word by the rest of the class. His safety word was porcupine. When Nick heard this word, it would be a signal that he needed to stop talking. Nick, words can never adequately convey the incredible impact of our attitude toward life. I believe that a great attitude is a prerequisite for success. I'm confident you will cultivate an exceptional attitude. Well done. Leo Hernandez Hill, AKA the world's greatest firefighter, always in a good mood, the most humble member of Class 25. kind and caring, and gets along with everyone, goes out of his way to help others. The other recruits actually think you are an undercover captain in disguise to spy on recruit class 25 and relay information to the man. Leo, character is the real foundation of all worthwhile success. You demonstrate an exemplary character, which is priceless. Good job. Tyler Kesterson, AKA Fitness Guru and Drippy. Tyler earned the nickname of Drippy from instructor Waite after profusely sweating and dripping on Sean during a patient scenario. Always the person to lead stretches and give success advice, whether that advice was wanted or not. He values family, service before self, and has a tremendous work ethic, motivating and always a positive attitude, quick to smile, the strongest of all the recruits, always looking out for the other classmates. Tyler, your attitude keeps you going or cripples your progress. With the proper attitude, there is no challenge too great for you. You have a tremendous work ethic and tremendous attitude. Good job. Christopher King, AKA Fancy Pants, also known as the old man, the nicest person in class 25, would help anyone with anything if he was asked. Arrived every day during the academy to practice his fire skills early in the morning before everybody got here. If he identifies a personal weakness in himself, he fixes it. Recruit King comes to ESF from out of state and brings some different medical lingo with him, such as, I'm going to call base for orders, or can somebody flood a bag for me? And finally, Chris will be remembered for eating the noisiest food he possibly could during class time. Christopher, I would like you to remember the requirements for a successful career. These requirements are: choose a career you love, give it the best there is in you, seize your opportunities for growth, both from successes and failures, and be a member of the team. I'm confident you will always be successful in your endeavors as you possess all of these attributes. Well done. Mose McDonald, AKA the big guy. By far the funniest person in class. Great leader, always up for any challenge, always motivating everyone to dig deep and push just a little more. The other recruits will always remember the day you were cleaning the burn building and restocking it with wooden pallets. Energy levels were relatively low as it had been a very physical week and afternoon. Some of the pallets being delivered to the burn building by Engineer Degelman via forklift were old and dilapidated. In the humor and energy that often surrounds Mose, he began giving the pallets various personalities based on their various levels of dilapidation, evoking laughter from all those who were near him. Since Mose has had a habit of speaking his mind, he also was given a safety word. Just like recruit Helgren, his safety word was pineapple. Mose, you've worked so hard to achieve your life goals, and I have so much respect for you. Your work ethic and character will facilitate your success in whatever challenges you undertake. Way to go. Joey Parsons. Quiet, but one of the nicest guys you will ever meet. Excelled in everything fire. Super mellow. Person of few words, but quick to smile. Loyal friend. Family man and deeply loves his family. Joey will also be remembered for the day he forgot his gloves in their locker room during a drill field day, and Captain Morris ordered him to be his personal assistant for a week. During the week, Joy was able to stand outside and give a nearly 100% accurate gauge of the ambient temperature anytime Captain asked for it. It's the small things, right? Joey, throughout the academy, you've consistently been quiet-spoken and have never let adversity get you down. I'm confident you will be a tremendous inspiration to your crew and patients you are working with. Well done. Jared Rather, devoted and a hard worker, always there when someone needed help. Jared was unanimously voted as the best leader in this academy and earned the absolute respect from his classmates. Always pushing himself to become better, keeping up with the quote-unquote young boys physically as the academy progressed. Will be remembered as a great family man and for his dedication to family and profession. Jared is someone the other recruits would feel privileged to work alongside of. Jared, nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart. You have been so inspirational throughout the academy with the gratitude you have consistently expressed, not only for your career, but also for your family. Well done. To recruit class 25. Recruits, you are embarking on an incredible career that provides you with many opportunities. Perform your duties with integrity, empathy, and exemplary character. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to work with you and get to know you. I'm so very proud of all of you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Karen. Job well done. Okay, now the serious stuff. Recruits, please stand. Recruits, go ahead and take your places. What we're going to do now is the oath of office with Operations Chief Ray Brown.
Recruits, please raise your right hand. Prepare for the oath of office. I state your name. Do solemnly swear. I will faithfully perform the duties of firefighter. I will strive for the preservation of life, property, and the environment. I will act for the good of the community. I will uphold the rules and regulations of the department. And I will and faithfully discharge the duties of my position. Congratulations and welcome to Eugene Springfield Fire.
Thank you, Chief Brown. Firefighters, please take your seat. Have a seat. If I could have training staff come up, please. Next bit we're going to do is where a significant other is going to come up and help pin the new badge of the firefighter rank onto our now sworn firefighters. First up will be Nicole Gates, please front and center. Scott Ettinger. The badge goes on Scott. Christopher King, front and center. Chris didn't know his friend was going to be here. Leo Hernandez Hill. Somebody from Leo's family. It's a little bit of a tradition. Jonathan Hebert. Stephen Armstrong. Tyler Kesterson. That man just flirted with death. Next up, Mr. Rather. Nicholas Helgren. Joey Parsons. Finally, Mose McDonald. For those of you that don't know, those helmets that they got, they've been working very hard for. They signify the firefighter rank. They've been in black helmets up to this point. Now they are true firefighters, Eugene Springfield Fire. One more round of applause for Class 20,000. And with that, that concludes our ceremony. We're going to take some pictures really quick, and then we're going to have some ability to mingle and have some cake and punch in the atrium. Thank you to the community. We are truly blessed to have what we have here. Recruits or firefighters shall now probably take you out and walk amongst the drill field. You will see how blessed we are to have what we have to make these people the best that they can be. I get out a lot to other fire departments, and we have it very, very good. So thank you for coming. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your support of these people. They're going to give it back, and then some. So thank you for coming.